Turn the cabinet upside down and attach the bumpers to the front corners of the tool chest. Tighten all the screws, being careful not to over-tighten them. Next, attach the casters. Notice that the keyholes and caster plates are different for the front and rear casters. The thoughtful design makes it so you can't put them in the wrong place. Attach the 2 rigid casters with brakes to the front caster plates and finger tighten the 4 self-locking nuts for each caster. Hold the casters in place, making sure the bolts are seated in the narrow ends of the keyhole slots. Tighten the self-locking nuts with a 7/16" wrench. Repeat the same steps to attach the rear swivel casters to the back caster plates. Set the product upright, install the drawer liners and top mat, and move into place. Modular workbench assembly. First, unpack the legs, hardware, maple top, and back panel, and check the contents against the list printed in the installation guide. Next, remove the protective corners from the workbench top. The pre-drilled bolt holes are visible. Place each set of legs on the workbench underside and line up with the bolt holes. Attach the back panel first, using the 7/16" back panel bolts. The bolt holes in the legs are oval to allow space for minor adjustments as you work. Use the remaining 9/16" bolts to attach the back panel to the workbench top. Tighten the back panel to the legs completely at this time. Next, screw in the leveling legs. Move the workbench into place and level the legs as needed. When adjusting the leveling legs, be sure they are at least engaged 1/4 inch in the workbench leg. The leveling legs have a flat side designed for an adjustable wrench if needed. It's important to screw the leveling legs in at least 1/4 inch, 5 full turns. Wall gearbox assembly. Unpack the box with the gearbox cabinet. Put the gearbox cabinet upright on a flat, level surface and verify the contents. Before attaching the wall gearbox to gear wall panels or to gear track channels, check to ensure there are mounting screws in every slot and on every stud location on the panels or channels. If you're using a 24-inch cabinet, the mounting bracket is installed. Reposition the door if needed for right or left-hand opening. The 30-inch cabinet has 2 mounting brackets. You'll need to reposition the bottom bracket. To do this, inside the cabinet, loosen the 3 nuts on the bottom mounting bracket, just enough so the bracket moves easily in the slots. The wall gearbox can be easily repositioned for ideal placement as your needs change. When unpacking the tall gearbox or tall gearbox locker, be sure to keep the 2 rear cardboard corners in place to cushion the cabinet as you and your helper lay it down to install the casters. Remove the keys and unlock the door. Remove and verify the contents. Close and lock the cabinet doors. Please note that if you need to open the doors during assembly, open them slowly and do not place any weight on the open doors to avoid damage to the hinges. With someone helping you, place the cabinet on its back using the cardboard corners to cushion the cabinet. Next, attach the casters. Attach the 2 rigid casters with brakes to the front caster plates and finger tighten the 4 self-locking nuts for each caster. Hold the casters in place, making sure the bolts are seated in the narrow ends of the keyhole slots. Tighten the self-locking nuts with a 7/16" wrench. Repeat the same steps to attach the rear swivel casters to the back caster plates. Set the product upright, install the drawer liners and top mat, and move into place. Unlock and open the doors. To install the hooks in the tall gearbox locker, insert the 4 flathead screws through the holes in the top of the locker. Slide each double hook over 2 screws on each side and attach with a 3/8" nuts. Tighten all 4 nuts with a 3/8" wrench while holding the heads of the screws tightly against the locker top. Every Gladiator Garage Works component is built garage tough and is made to work together as a system with other components or can stand alone. The modular design gives you control of how and where you use Gladiator products. So, rearrange them in the garage or relocate them to a new home. Moving them is easy. If you have any questions, please visit gladiatorgw.com or call 866-342-4089 for information.